Hi, my name is Christopher Carter, and I have just completed my first year at Bowling Green State University in the ECCO program. So, for this video portfolio, I'm going to talk to you about my field placement specifically and just what the year was like with that and what I've learned and gained out of it. So, starting with field placement specifically, this semester I was placed at Eagle Academy, and I actually was at Eagle Academy last semester, and I asked if I could be put back at Eagle. And so this semester was a lot different, and I was able to take last semester's experience and compare it to this experience and really use that as a way to guide me through this semester's experience. And so, again, I was placed at Eagle Academy. And first, I want to talk about the students. So, last semester, when I was at Eagle Academy, was my first time, first interaction with these students. And if you don't know Eagle, Eagle is an urban type of context. And so, it was my first time with these specific students because I grew up in urban. So, it wasn't my first time with urban students, just at this school, different culture. And so it was definitely a learning experience. And so by the end of the last semester, I had begun building relationships with the staff and the students and even some parents. And I felt as though if I would go back to Eagle this semester, it would help me, and I felt like I could grow a lot. And so I went back to Eagle this semester, and it was just amazing. So with the students, I know a lot of people are afraid to go to Eagle because they hear a lot of stuff about the students. The students have a lot to deal with outside of school on a majority basis. So a lot of the students are suffering financially. They don't have the resources at home to be as productive as other students, and so they don't always have money for notebooks and pencils and calculators, and some of the students even come to school hungry. They're heavily reliant on school breakfast and school lunch. And so some students, if they don't eat at school, they probably won't eat that day. There are some students who are homeless who don't exactly have a place to stay when they get out of school. So some of them are staying with their friends, and then a lot of them are not in the household of their birth parents, and so some are growing up with grandparents, some are in foster care, and a lot of them have a lot of psychological issues from that. Issues that have mentally affected them, and so it's interesting dealing with that at the same time as trying to teach them. So that has been interesting, and what has helped me with that is by building relationships. And by building relationships, I've been able to talk with those students, and I've been able to really listen and understand what it is that they're going through, and just allow that to settle with me, and even to see how can I help them further. Moving on, I want to talk about the teachers, and after that, I'll talk about the leadership in the schools. But specifically with the teachers, I've learned a lot by being around them. So one thing that I really was able to observe this semester was the process of the OAA testing. And so I'm not from Ohio, and so that whole process was something that I definitely had to learn. And while I wasn't at Eagle every single day of the week, when I was there, I was able to see a variety of procedures that took place for this. And so, what Eagle did on a school wide level is they made what's called intervention. An intervention was a 20-minute period throughout the day where the students would break up into intervention groups. Excuse me. They would break up into intervention groups, and they would have intervention on subjects that they needed more improvement on. So if you needed assistance in math, you would go to math intervention for 20 minutes to work out some different type of problems to begin getting ready for that test. And so, as the time of the test even came around, and as things started crumbling down, you can just see the pressure that was put on the teachers and how they handled that. So that was also very interesting. And I think that overall, that a lot of the teachers did the best that they could. Also, something that I've learned from these teachers is professionalism. And when I say I've learned that, it doesn't necessarily mean that that has always been displayed by them. A lot of them have displayed a lot of inappropriate behavior. They've had a lot of inappropriate conversations at work. A lot of things that just should not be done in that environment. There are things that the students have seen. The students can pick up on it, and I just don't agree with it. For instance, being a teacher is a hard job. It's hard, and you're gonna have long, stressful days. There's probably gonna be things that you just it's just gonna be overwhelming, and I understand that. And so sometimes teachers, they need to talk with one another. They need to vent to each other. They need to just get it out. I'm having a bad day. It's just so rough. This and that. Sometimes it's okay to get it out. But what I don't agree with is gossiping, and I've noticed a strong disconnect between a lot of the staff members, teachers, because they can't get along with each other, and they've allowed personal issues to come into play. And so when you fuse personal issues with your job as an educator, it causes a lot of problems. And so one thing that I just hope for Eagle is that they learn to collaborate as a team and learn to put their students first. And even if they never get it, I was able to take that from Eagle. Next, I would like to talk about the leadership in Eagle Academy. Um, and when I say the leadership, I mean what leadership is in place. And what I've noticed is that there appears to be a type of authoritarian leadership in the schools, and specifically in Eagle. And this is what actually guided my inquiry question, which led to my presentation of leadership. You better play your role at the ECCO conference. And so I was curious to know what leadership style was most common, specifically in Eagle, but into its period. And I found that there is most common authoritarian style, because there's usually one leader, which is usually the principal, and that's who usually calls all the shots and stuff like that. And so I was able to kind of witness that, and I think that if the leadership at Eagle or at a lot of these schools was to be more collaborative and more inclusive to their teachers, making them feel a part of it, and even the parents and their students, allowing various voices to be heard, to make education a collective group effort towards collective goals, I think that a lot of results will soon come forward. Overall, I've really enjoyed my Echo experience. I've really enjoyed my Eagle experience, and I've enjoyed my Eagle experience to where I was given the opportunity to serve as a paraprofessional at Eagle Academy, which is the educational aid, and it has been a wonderful experience, and it has allowed me to take my relationships with the students, the staff, and the parents to the next level. And so I hope that I continue to be good in this role. My experience and the time at Echo this entire year has been amazing. The first semester was really nice. I really enjoyed the wire. I really enjoyed that initial interaction and building relationships with the different other Echo students, and just finding out different things about the students at Echo, getting to know the different staff. Shout out to Roman and Carrie and Dawn. But second semester was definitely rougher, I would say, simply because of with classes and working two jobs and my life and just everything, it became a lot to balance. And so next semester or this summer, I'm taking the time for next semester so that I can find that balance and find that common ground so that I can successfully master everything. It has been a lot. However, reflecting upon the first year of college, which is so weird to actually hear it as it comes out of my mouth, the first year of college, it has been amazing. It has been nice, and I don't think that I could have chosen a better school than Bowling Green State University, and I'm just so blessed to be a part of ECHO. So thank you, and I hope you all enjoy your summer. Christopher Carter.